Can you see our photo?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
All right.
So we are very, very pleased to be here. We are Platinum Team Elite. The best part is actually go to the company convention, and not only we are recognized, but seeing everybody that we love being recognized on the stage and realize their dreams. And this is all about helping people to improve lives, help them to live a better life, and fulfill whatever the dreams that they have in their heart. So this is me. Most of you have never seen it. And on the left, actually, that was the year I came to the United States, 1977. I was actually 23. I was at SUNY Binghamton dancing. And if you look at my face, my nickname at that time was Porker. Nobody believed that, but after 40 years, and I totally transformed. And I do believe because the business, because the product, I find out who I am. I respect myself. In the beginning, when I first came to this country, I was very scared. I was alone. I was very lonely. I didn't know the English. I didn't even know the English. And I had a tremendous pressure that I put on myself because my mom gave me $5,000, her life saving, for me to come to this country to study. And then I found out, wow, it's not that easy. But anyway, I complete my first master's degree in accounting in just 3 semesters. And my dream was just to find a great job. So I was hired as a senior accountant. But my boss says, wow, here is a woman, here's Chinese, let's just use her. And I was really starved from day one. I was working a lot of overtime. And then by having more and more responsibilities, I thought, well, one day I'm going to be the vice president because that's my dream. I better really equip myself more. So I actually went back to school to SUNY Binghamton while I was working and achieved my second master's degree in computer science. So my boss was so happy. Whoa, now you have a second master's degree. We're going to promote you now to corporate controller. I said, oh my goodness, I'm a superwoman. And he goes, but we're going to have you do a little more. So I was actually doing 3 jobs. I was in charge of accounting, computer science, and finance. So I said, I don't care, just use me. And because one day I'm going to be the vice president of finance. So I was literally working 70 hours a week, nonstop for 10 years. And actually it was very, in my heart, it was probably the most painful 10 years in my life because I was never home with my children. I could never go home to see my mom, and I miss her so dearly, but I did not have the time. And actually doing this, the 10 years when I was working, I was actually I was in a fear state because every minute I'm afraid that if I don't work hard, that someone gonna take over my job. I could be laid off or someone could just take over my position, then I will fail, then I will have nothing left. So it was a fear and being scared, and I hold on to the job even though I hated it. So one day I literally passed out at work, and I was 35 at that time. I was laying in bed for a whole week. I couldn't even move anymore. And that's really the wake up call. And I'm thinking, what am I here for? I'm here all by myself. Our children don't know me. I could not go home to see my mom. My husband at that time that don't know me either because I was never home. And I asked one question: if I keep on doing what I'm doing for the next 5 years, what my life will be? The voice came in saying, you will be dead. You know what? That truly is a wake-up call. That means I will never see my mama again. I will never see my children again. So it was at that moment I made a decision to make a change. I do not want this job anymore because I want to live. I don't want to just have a job. And my dream was to have a home business because I have a master's degree in accounting and computer science, and I have a lot of skills and knowledge. I can be a consultant. But you know what, shortly after that, someone called me. My really dear friend just joined Nu Skin a few weeks ago, before me, called me to share this business with me. So my life has changed totally. I'm forever thankful for my friend that shared this with me. So now the other dream was I was able to go home to Taiwan because company decided to open up Taiwan. I said, oh my God, that means I can go home as often as I want. And literally we helped the company open up Taiwan, open up Korea, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore, New Zealand, you name it, everywhere. So last 30 years, we did travel with the company. Now it's in 54 countries. So all my dreams came true. First 10 years wasn't that easy because I have to travel all the time to Taiwan. But the second 10 years was the best because I was able to realize my mom's dreams to take her to travel around the world, 40 countries and 10 cruises. And the third 10 years was the best because New Skiing, my Italian prince, Eugene, came to my life because it was my dream when I was a young girl. I said, oh, wow, what if I could meet an Italian prince? It would be so wonderful. So we met in the New Skiing business. So this third 10 years, it was just such a delight. And now we can do the business together. We share the same dream. And you know what? My message to people is hold on to your dream. Don't let your dream die. I waited for Eugene, waited for over 40 years. We didn't even meet until I was almost 60. So it's absolutely worth waiting for. So anyway, and then throughout the 40 years, I use all the New Skiing product. That's why I can actually, I would say, revert my age, look younger, feel younger. I do feel young at heart. And I actually believe we can live until 120 because we're going to do New Skiing forever to help more and more people to really live their dream and live young. And in our eyes, life is limitless, it's timeless. And we are in this beautiful, beautiful world that we can truly help people to ignite their greatness within them. So that's what New Skiing is about. It's freedom. It's not about a product. It's not about the money. It's for people to be free, not just for money, not just for time, but it's really ultimately the spiritual freedom. You are free. You free yourself, just like my photo. If you look at the difference, I wasn't free at age 25, 65. I was free. So your age really reflection of your inner self. So this business will help you to become a better you, discover the best you. And that's really why we love New Skiing, because our mission statement, and we are truly force for good throughout the world by empowering people to improve lives. And with our great product, the age lock technology product, help people to look younger, feel younger, the most generous compensation plan, and the enriching and uplifting culture. And this happened to be our lifetime mission. That's why New Skiing is our lifetime business, not just for now, not for the next year, it's forever. Right, Eugene? Okay, so why are you here? There's reason that a lot of you are over 60 people still waiting, and we kind of delayed for half an hour, being hacked so many times, but you'll hang on. There's a reason why you waited. You came. There's a
Something
message
you're looking for.
Right. Maybe there's a message. You know what? Our purpose is if there's something we say, if it's just one word that can bring you hope, that can bring you the confidence, can inspire you so that you know who you are, what you want in life, and giving you the message, if we did it, you guys can do it too, because New Skiing's platform can fulfill any dreams that you ever want. So why New Skiing is so successful, we continue to grow. Even in this diversity, our company had continuous growth in the March and April, May, month over month, we keep on breaking record. There's a lot of reason why New Skiing thrives in the diversity. So Eugene, would you share why New Skiing is so superb?
Well, New Skiing, I think, is so superb because it offers something that people are thirsting to learn about. You know, I had a catering business years ago, and I did very well catering to some very, very wealthy people out in Eastern Long Island. Some of you, I'm sure, know that Robert De Niro lives out there, Jerry Seinfeld, Billy Joel, it's all movie stars, Alec Baldwin. And I found myself economically doing pretty good, probably better than most average people. But with that came a heavy price because I was working on Friday, I was working on Saturday, I was working on Sunday, Easter, Thanksgiving, New Year's, you name a holiday, nights, weekends, while everyone else was just having a great time enjoying life. I was working, working, working. And especially when you have children, you get that call, hey, daddy, can you come see me on the soccer field? And you're in the middle of serving a wedding cake. It just rips your heart out. So I remember waking up in the morning saying, you know what, there's got to be a better way. And I really wasn't actively looking to pursue anything else because my load was so heavy with children and a mortgage and a business and so on and so forth. So somebody asked me to help them make a decision about an opportunity that may or may not be legal. And I went down to actually help him. And the more I investigated this, it just made so much sense. I said, if half of what they're telling me is true, I've got to at least take a step forward and give this thing a shot. And I'm so glad I did, because not only can we help a lot of people, but we really can bring hope to a lot of, to a situation that seems hopeless, but it's not. Never give up hope on yourself or on your business, because you have more power and more talent than most of us even realize. And the one thing that I love about this business, you know, coming from a family of immigrants, I'm sure a lot of people who are on the call tonight, you know, we go into the food business because it's a quick way to generate income and earn money. And most people have to leave the country they love, like Wen and like some of you, and come to America to pursue the American dream. We can actually bring the American dream pretty much anywhere in the world. That is such a tremendous gift. And look at what we're doing now. So keep that in mind. We can bring a sense of hope to people, a sense of security to people, a sense of freedom. And that's the gift that we have to offer. If somebody's open to that, great. If they're not, well, then they can hope that their job comes back, or they get a new job, or they can go into their store that's been destroyed and clean it up and start all over again. Each one of us have to make our own choices. So let's zip through some of these key points that I think are valid, that I know I needed to make a decision, and I'm sure some of the people calling in as well. We need market trends, all right? The market, what's the market right now? We're looking at anti-aging, we're looking at youth preservation. If you were selling cigarettes right now, that's probably not a market that's really, you know, excelling right now. It's kind of going the other way. You need great products and technology today. You need a great company. You need to be paid. In order to attract somebody like Wen or some of you people, someone like myself, a businessman, they need to pay generously, and they are, for people who perform, because we get paid by performance and timing. I don't care if you're buying a house, selling a house, buying a stock, selling a stock. Timing is key. So let's go on to market trends. We've spoken a little bit about that. Social media. How many people right now are on social media? I mean, just about everybody. The only person I know who's not on social media is my 95-year-old mother, okay? But she's concerned about anti-aging, and she's concerned about health, and she's a product of our product. Technology and communication. The entire workforce is changing. More people want freedom today as much, if not more, than the money. So let's take a look at the age of the millennial. Now, we don't want to discount baby boomers or anyone else, but they are going to occupy about 76% of the workforce. So we actually have something for men, women, young, middle-aged, elderly, looking to retire. And we need to utilize these social media platforms in addition to speaking to people in private, either through a demonstration or through a one-on-one demonstration, because the information we have to share is valid. There are people just thirsting to hear what we have to offer. And again, it's an offering. It's an invitation, like inviting someone for dinner. If they'd like to accept that invitation, great. If they don't, then it's their loss, especially the way I cook, okay? So it's always an invitation and not a pressured, hard sell, arm twisting sale. So let's look at why things are changing. Because change drives opportunity. We look at Uber, no automobile, you can press that, no automobile, TripAdvisor, they don't own real estate. Facebook, we provide all their content. Isn't that great? Uber, they don't own an automobile. And this is precisely the model that we're copying, because we can do it, and we can do it through social media, through technology, because people do want what we have. Why is what we're doing so unique? Because traditionally, we had channels of distribution. They would make a shirt in Thailand and then give it to an exporter that sent it to a national, distributor who sent it to a regional distributor, who sent it to a local distributor, and it ends up in a store. And for $3 blouse or shirt, you're now paying $95 in Bloomingdale's for, because every time that that product changes hands, they're adding a profit margin. All right. All we do is we manufacture a product, and boom, we get it right to the end line consumer, save all that money, and pay it back to the marketing arm, which is who we are and who you can be if you choose to take advantage of that. And again, the compensation, extremely, extremely generous. So products and technology, real quick. Over 75 in-house scientists. Do you know that most companies are lucky to have 1 or 2 scientists on staff? And more often than not, they're just using a name. They're not even full-time. The chairman to our scientific advisory board, the original chairman, was Dr. Carl Gerasi. This is the guy that developed the birth control pill. Okay, these are not some local, doctors that, maybe have, couldn't do well in their practice. We are going the cream of the crop. This guy was worth over $1 billion. He could have worked with anyone in the world. Why did he choose us? Because we're driven by innovation, because we target the source of aging. We don't just cover it up, with makeup or inject it away or cut it off or out. We get to the source and actually slow down that process. We retard that aging process. And we do it through something called the 6S process. This is how we formulate and we accept raw materials. Now, if your raw materials are not good, you could have the best recipe in the world or the best formula in the world. It's just not going to, deliver what we want it to deliver. So, for instance, my mother makes a great pizza, right? But if you have lousy mozzarella and you don't know how to make sauce, the recipe could be great. It's the ingredients, and that's what we have. And from what I understand from Dr. Chang, we actually reject about 50% of the raw materials that are introduced to Nu Skin to purchase to formulate products. So if you're not using Nu Skin products, you're probably using something we rejected, okay? So take this scientific advisory board to heart. And I think we have a short video here. Okay,
That's it.
Okay. We're going to skip over that. This is Dr. Joseph Chang. He was invited to the Discovery Channel. Again, this doesn't happen by accident. He authored a New York Times best-selling book called The Aging Myth. You should read it. Dr. Mark Bartlett, Dr. Helen Eggs. We're working, again, with the cream of the crop in terms of anti-aging, youth preservation, and epigenetics. And that's why he was invited to the Discovery Channel to speak. This is part of the Nu Skin research and development team. Again, we want to attack the source of aging, almost like an apple. If you cut it in half and leave it on a table, we all know it's going to turn brown and oxidize. But if we were to squirt some fresh lemon juice on that and then come back an hour or 2 later, you would see it would be far less affected than the one without the antioxidant protection. So again, we're getting to that source of aging so we can slow down this oxidation that helps us, to age more rapidly, not something we want. This is actually mind-blowing when you understand this is gene chip technology. If you look to your left on the screen, you'll see a gene expression that's very, very youthful. Well, as we age, what happens? Our energy begins to wane, our vision begins to blur, we lose sex drive, okay, we lose all kinds of things. So it's almost reversed. But if you look to the far right, after utilizing our products and technology, that old gene expression is reset back to a more youthful state. Now, we can't get it exactly to that youthful state, but I've got to tell you, when you do try these products, we can prove and you will see that you begin to boost your energy, your libido, your outlook on life, your zest for life. So again, you want to try the products because it's going to benefit you, it's going to benefit your family. And again, it's all proven scientifically. So what are we attacking? Well, if your skin looks great and your body's falling apart, not a good place to be. And if your body looks great, and we've just had somebody that was an avid, exercise enthusiast, terrible diet. Unfortunately, he caught cancer. So his skin looked okay and his body looked great. He had muscles. Unfortunately, he had cancer. So again, health is more important than probably the skin and the body, but we want to attack all three. And these are just some quick photos of some of the demonstrations that we've done. You can clearly see the improvement on the left side of their faces as opposed, when you're looking at the screen, the left side of the face that you're looking at as opposed to the right side. This is six-pack Jack. We love Jack. You can certainly see he got himself into shape with something called our TR90, which is actually the first and only genetically based weight management and body reshaping system on the planet. I've tried it. It works. If you try it, it will work. And that technology is proven to be a lie detector test for vitamins, because we've got a lot of people taking vitamins. Most people don't know if they even work or not. They think they do. They might feel better. We can actually prove it scientifically. And if you don't have the ability to measure it, you don't have science, you've got a sales pitch. We don't want to give anybody a sales pitch. We want to give them cold, hard facts, scientific facts. And these are some of the people in our group that have actually transformed themselves. Shirley Hsu, 4-star platinum team elite, and look at the way she has transformed herself. She looks 10, 15, maybe 20 years younger, again, in the right photograph as opposed to the left. We have Rose, another young lady who's completely transformed herself through her body, through her health, and through her facial appearance. We have Cindy, who's a teacher, and we also have Maggie. So again, it's great to have photographs, but it's also great to do a demonstration if and when you can, because some people would believe these are Photoshop. These are people we know that we work with every day. These are not Photoshop. This is real. Okay, we're short on time, so we're probably not going to go through some of these videos. The Lumi Spa has been voted the #1. How many units did we move?
Yeah, there's 2 million will see it. So this is a beauty device, and then we have even newer called Age Lab Boost that's coming.
That's coming.
We saw some photo that just launched in Taiwan. In 1 minute, the face is absolutely lifted, and the skin tone is even, and the age spot is lightened. So that's the next generation, and that's why Nu Skin really is what our specialty is. Our beauty devices that no one else has, not just innovation, but beauty devices. And this is what happened to Lumi Spa. We already sold that in just 18 months.
With no advertising.
Yes, and we got the best at-home beauty award since 2017, 2018, 2019, now 2020 again. You cannot get much better than that. So we are on all kinds of news media throughout the world, in China, in Korea, in Japan, everywhere. This is what Eugene's talking about, the biophotonic scanner. And our score is 86,000. And most people, their score is 20,000. So when you're not healthy, doesn't matter how much money you have, you're not going to live a very good life. So because we've been taking all the supplements, so our score is above the range. And Eugene's also in the 80,000 series. So taking our product, and then your score will go up. If it doesn't, our company even refund you the money. There's only company will guarantee the product. Doesn't work, you get your 100% money back in 30 days. So this is the Lumi Spot, my favorite. I absolutely love that. It's a dual oxalation, and you cleanse in 2 minutes. You see the benefit and produce collagen. That's the best part, not just to cleanse, okay? So in this business, you have multiple ways of building your business, and we have a lot of millennials in this right now, especially the lockdown time for the last 2-3 months. Everybody now turn their business online and utilize the social media platform. They just simply share our whitening paste, our long-lasting parlays. It's no alcohol. It's made in Italy, just delicious. I can, hey, kiss him. No stain, no. So anyway, so this is a big seller, and also the sunless tanner. Oh my goodness, You know, nobody want to go out in the sun anymore. But yeah, if you use that one, it's very healthy and get a natural like me, right? So that's we couldn't even keep up with the demand. It's been out of stock so many times, and now finally back in stock. And of course, in nutrition, if you want to start, and we do have a lot of people in our team focus on TR90. They reshape their self after 90 days, and of course, nutrition or beauty device. And that the most important thing is a global business platform. You can build your business from here and reach out to 54 countries. Doesn't matter where you are, and everything's connected, seamless. And all the people around the world, when they order, you get paid. We call cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. All right. Okay. So the company itself, we just love our company. For 31 years, every time there's a convention, we'll go there. That's our innovation center. We just spent over 200 million cash to build that building. And that in the innovation center hosts all the scientists. And so we encourage everybody, after this lockdown, you got to visit our company. It's just so magnificent in Provo, Utah. And we are really 35 years. And the most important thing is we are the listed on the Forbes 100 most trustworthy companies. And we actually, for Dun & Bradstreet, we are the 5A1 rating, means we don't owe any debt. So there's very few company, the big Fortune 500 company, they are not even 5A1, but Nu Skin been having the 5A1 rating for, I don't even know, for over 20 years, ever since we are a public traded company. So we are New York Stock Exchange and NUS, check out, our stock, woo! But the business is not about the stock, it's about building the business, okay?
Distribution.
Yes. This one is pretty much the same. And the one thing that really touched my heart and our heart, Eugene, is the nourished children. Most of us donate the vitamin meal, and that one meal will save the starving children. That's their 1 month meal. And we actually went to Malawi, and we adopt families there. Not only we buy donate through the vitamin meal, we actually went there and adopting the children there so that we can have a place for them, and they study the vegetarian, so they learn the skill, and then when they go back to their village, they can teach 10 other families, 10 other
farmers have
farmers
rotation farming. So when one crop comes to fruition, there's another one right behind it. There's an old saying in the Bible, if you give a man a fish, he might eat today, but if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat, and his family will eat for the rest of his life. So that's the concept.
Right. So far we donated 650 million meals. That's just tremendous. And all of you, I know you all donate. That's such a big part. That's one of the biggest part of our Nu Skin, is truly a force for good throughout the world. And by helping everyone, especially in Malawi, there's no child die from malnutrition. I know they also help people in Taiwan, China, Korea, around the globe. So. And this is our photo when we were in Malawi. I want to take the little girl home. And this is the family member that we adopted. That's their graduation after 2 years. We provide 2 years education in the village.
And a home.
And a home. And then we were there to welcome them, to congratulate them, to finish their education for 2 years. And that was probably one of the most memorable moments in our life, right?
Yeah. We
can't wait to go back to Malawi. So compensation plan. And so far we already create over 1,500 people that made over $1 million. Even for $20 million earners already, almost 50. And new millionaire, there's about 1,200 already. So if there's no other company can produce so many millionaires, a lot of times I'm thinking, if I were still working at that job that I hated, I'd probably right now still be working because I don't dare to retire because there's not enough money. There's no way I will be a millionaire at all with that company. But in Nu Skin is such a great platform. You can dare to dream. You could be the next millionaire. In this business, we mentioned about the freedom, that in order to live free, the most important thing is your financial vehicle. In other words, the way you generate your income. And traditionally, we call linear income. And even with a master's degree income in accounting, I never learned that from school, but I learned it from this business. What's linear income means You exchange your time for money, 100% of your effort equivalent to your income. When you stop working, you don't make money anymore. Like my old job, when I quit my job, what happened? No more income. My dad used to own all the business, and he actually lost everything overnight. What happened to his business when you lost it? No more, no income. So when your income all depends on you, you can never stop. So in order to be free, you got to change the way you generate income. We call leverage income, and that's for our business. So our precious time, instead use your time to exchange for money, we want to use our time to build a network, to build an asset. So what if you have 100 people in your network and everybody just work 1 hour per day? That means you have 100 hours productivity a day, instead of for you to keep on working only 24 hours per day, right? And that's what leverage means. And the most common example of leverage income is franchise, like Starbucks and McDonald's. And because they have multiple locations, so they leverage. They have all the different locations, like Starbucks pump the coffee through different locations. So it's no longer just one. And that's why these Starbucks owner is absolutely leveraged. And our company is very similar to this franchise business. We actually, we build worldwide storeless anti-aging technology franchise business. We are in the air. So in order for you to really have time and money, you do need to change your financial vehicle. And when you engage in the leverage, that's when you can truly be free and have time and money. And we use a Starbucks, for example. Why is this important? Because they build the distribution channel, right? So Starbucks, they're very smart. They don't just have one location. They have many, many, many. And if one location, this is cappuccino, everybody loves that. And they make $2 a cup, profits $2. Is assuming one location they sell 100 cups a day, that's $200 a day, and then so their monthly income is $6,000 per one location. But Starbucks says, I cannot just have income from one location. I have to have income from multiple locations, leverage. So Starbucks actually right now have 31,000 locations throughout the world, but we are going to use just 20,000 locations. So 6,000 times 20,000, you know how much Starbucks is making? 120 million. So
a month.
Yeah, so the power of the leverage or the distribution channel is turn the $2 cup of coffee into 120 million. And the secret is that 20,000 locations. So what do? We build network, we build distribution channel, we build worldwide anti-aging storeless franchise, and then we create executives. Each executive is just like the storeless location. So in our business, we create executive locations. So how do we do it, Eugene? So suppose you own the Nu Skin global franchise. Would you also like to have 20,000 executives?
Absolutely.
Right. Wouldn't that be great if you have 20,000 instead of just one?
Sounds impossible.
Most people say, how do I train 20,000 people? There's no way I can do it by myself. So we're going to teach you a concept called leverage. Don't do it by yourself. You can never teach 20,000 directly. Do you know just 5 people?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this business is about teaching and replication. So if you know 5 people, this business is about teaching and duplicate. If you teach those 5, they teach their 5. Growth by 5. So you teach 5, become leader, become executive, teach their 5, 25, and then 25 again, 25. 15,625 is 5 to the 6th power. You add them together, it's 20,000. That's your secret. That's how you get 20,000 executive locations. The reason we use 6 because that's our compensation plan. Our compensation plan says all the executive that you teach, you develop in your network worldwide, you get to pay down to 6 generations deep. Oh my God, that's why I joined Nu Skin back then. When I saw this, I said, oh my goodness, that is unlimited income. What if I teach 10 down to 6 generations? It would be 1 million. So suppose after 1 or 2 or 3 months, you have 155 executives. So in our business, every executive, the average volume, they pump about $3,000 worth of product in each executive, just like Starbucks, every location pump coffee, right? We have executive location, we pump Nu Skin product through that channel. If it's a 3,000 per executive, your override is 5%. And you're thinking yourself, oh my God, I created executive, my override income is only $150, that's too small. Hey, but what if you have 155? That's $23,250,000 a month. Remember, $2 cup of coffee turned into 120 million? Wow, that $23,000 a month is residual, means you have 155 executives. They don't even need you anymore, and they are there independent, but you forever have the lifetime residual income coming in. That's why our business, we say, called sleep money. You can sleep and you still make money, okay? And that's equivalent to $23 million in the bank, and to create $23,000 a month, because when you have 23 million, your residual income for 1% interest is $23,000 a month. So that $23,000 you make a month, the value is actually 23 million. So don't put a limit. What if you have 20,000 executives? That's $3 million a month. Maybe it's too good to be true. Or what if it's 30,000 a month, right? If it's just 1%. So this business, we actually have one executive that broke 1 million a month. And that's why we can create so many millionaires. There's no other company pay down to 6 generations and 5% each. So this is a proof, and my dreams go to Taiwan, and I met a flight attendant from there. We build a team, and it does take a long time to build, but it actually grow as time. The longer we are in the business, the bigger the group is growing. So those people all on the front row, they are all Blue Diamond team leads, and many of them are this one. 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. My nephew's there as a $5 million earner, and many people become $1 million earner at young age, and they keep on growing. So our group been growing much faster ever since Eugene joined. Look, Eugene's right there. So this, we are not talking to brag, but this, if it happened to us, it can happen to you.
Anybody can do what we did and what some of the leaders do.
And this is just one meeting that's just in Taiwan. So visualize this is your team spread globally. And most of them, you don't even know who they are. We don't know any of them directly. The flight attendant is not even in the picture. But any of them, they could order product, they order online, and they don't call you. But yet, because their ID is linked to you, you get paid. And then you get paid daily. So we call cha-ching every single day, okay? So how do you get paid? You get paid daily by sharing. And back then, we only get paid once a month. Now the compensation plan is so much generous. You get paid daily by sharing the product. And if you become executive, you get even more pay. That's the weekly pay. That's executive commission now is up to 40%. Wow, when we first started, the highest percent is 15%. Now it's 40. You guys are just so lucky. But the biggest income comes from the back end when you create executives. That's the 5% down to 6 generations deep. So if you want to reach, tap into the 6 generations, you want to become Blue Diamond. That's all the way to the right at Blue Diamond team release. And we are the one, our payout is up to all the way down to 6 generations deep. And that's why Blue Diamond income is $37,000 a month. So this business is so fair. You decide what your goal is. You can maybe just do the share and make a few $100s a month. So you do the building, maybe still $500,000 a month. And then you start building your executive team. Look, your income will keep on growing. And right now for social media, and they make a lot of money just by sharing. From the retail profits and from sharing bonus, they make $1,000, $2,000. So right now is absolutely the best time to join us. So anyway, and besides, the company offer free trips. The New Zealand cruise was canceled because what happened?
Well, rescheduled.
But we get to go to Waikiki now. So this is so awesome. And I'm sure a lot of you, and this month is the last month to qualify for Waikiki and join us. And July 1st, company gonna announce the new destination for the next success trip. So just focus, and you can bring you and your loved one to an all expense paid 5-star trip. To just enjoy life, right? You deserve it. And timing, Eugene, you want to talk about timing?
Yeah, we really believe over the next 5 years, this thing's going to explode. And I don't even think it's going to take 5 years, because if we did 2 million units with this Lumi Spa that I love, I do it right in the shower. So most men will use it because it's easy and simple. In 18 months, forget, we're just going to blow this out of the water, because with our FDA cleared class 2 medical device that you see on the right, it took us 10 years to do that. This is the acceleration with the internet and social media and people thirsting for new ways of providing for their family. And you know, the Starbucks example, I hope that you were able to grasp that, because I actually went to school for business administration. No one ever taught me about linear income versus leveraged income. I paid all that money for an education until I joined this business. So you will learn a lot from this business. And you know, there are moments in your life where you will make a decision that will actually change. Oh, okay, it's not coming up, but the quote's not coming up. But there are, oh, it is on the right of the screen. There are moments, you know, in your life where you will make decisions that will change your destiny. And I hope that tonight, maybe for some of the newer people calling in, maybe it will be something that somebody said tonight that may make some sense to you. And again, may just spark an interest. And if it kind of hits you in the gut that you need to do something different, give this a try, because I promise you, I don't believe there is anything out there with virtually no risk, with this kind of upside income potential, that offers the freedom to work wherever you want. We want to work in Taiwan, we just tell them where to send a check. Okay, it's an amazing concept to be able to do this.
All right, so that's it. And then it's all about change, dare to adapt. And then when you're at the crossroad and make a decision, what is it that you want your life to look at, right? So so glad that 30 years ago, we made a decision in Eugene, and our life is totally different. So I know time is short. We're going to show some photos, but
we had a couple of photos. It's up to you guys. Do you want us to show them, or are we tight on time?
Yes, you want to see it?
Okay, there you go. Okay, as a poor Italian boy from Brooklyn, okay, we used to drive out to Long Island, and we used to see these beautiful homes with fancy cars parked in the driveway, and I used to say, wow, I would love to live out here someday. We didn't even own our own home. We lived in my grandmother's tenement building with my mother's 7 sisters and 2 brothers. So you can imagine we're all crammed into this room, and we're seeing these luxurious homes. And I always said, boy, I would love to have a house on Long Island and a built-in swimming pool. And I never let go of that dream. And because I never let go of it, and because I worked hard with Nu Skin, we were able to provide, you know, a home like this where we spend most of our summers. And it's just a garden spot of the world. This was one of Wen's dreams.
Yeah,
you want to talk about that?
That's why I never let your dream die. And I always want to go home and see my parents and always have a home by where I was growing up. And this is panorama view with the water, with the river and the mountains. And hopefully I have that. Oh, no, I didn't show up. Anyway, so, and in Long Island is very, very cold. And I always say, Eugene, let's move somewhere that's warm. And so we also found a home right in Boca Raton. It's also panoramic, must have a water. This is Boca Lake. We are right in the center. So the best part is right on the porch, we can do demos and beautiful lake. So, and then how do you get started? You just sign up beside and what you want to do. And then the person that share with you today can show you the journey, how to get started. And we have all kinds of support team. We have a training like this. You have a coach to really guide you and help you to reach your next goal. So you're not going to be alone. You're going to have all of us to help you, to support you, to coach you, as long as you are coachable. So I think by doing that, you'll be free. And that is really the ultimate, to really truly live a life that's abundant. You are free, you know who you are, and you get to live your dreams. So thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much, Wen and Eugene. That was so awesome. I actually got one question from Anna. I think it'd be a quick share because I've heard this so many times. She asked, how did you recruit the flight attendant? Remember?
How do I?
Remember? Because it's like so simple, right?
Well, that actually was a funny story. I was actually very scared because when I first started, I made a determination I got to get 10 names a day. So I had no problem actually getting 10 names a day. But when I saw the flight attendant, because he was so handsome like Eugene, I actually didn't know what to say. Hold on a second. You know what? Let me stop sharing. Ooh,
Oh, it's stopped. It's okay.
huh? What happened?
Yeah.
I did it for
Sometimes
you. Yeah, I did it for you, Wen. Thank you.
Otherwise, you don't see my face. But that's so. I want to talk to him, but somehow I didn't know what to say. So the whole time, the 20 hours, I was on the flight back and forth. I will try to talk to him. I will go say, "Can I have a cup of coffee?" And he will give me a coffee. And then I didn't say anything. I'll go back and say, "Shoot, I didn't say anything. What happened to me today?" I just, all right, I gotta go again. Next time, I say, "Can I have a cup of tea?" So the whole flight, I was bugging him. So at the end, he thinks I'm interested in him. So finally, before we landed Taiwan, I said, "Well, I still didn't really exchange card or nothing." Finally, I said, "Can you just give me your business card?" He goes, "Oh, sure." So he gave me his business card. I gave him my card, and so it says Nu Skin. I say, "Well, I'm gonna go to Taiwan now, do my business opportunity meeting. I'd like to invite you." And his face turned black, because when we say business opportunity back then in Chinese called 说明会, is pyramid. I had no idea. And I will call him, keep on calling him for 6 months, no response. Keep on calling, no response. I said, "Oh shoot, what did I do? I wasted 20 hours on the flight." And one day he called me because his wife was an esthetician, heard about that Nu Skin product is so good. And she was asking, "Honey, where can we find Nu Skin?" He remembered me talk to him about Nu Skin. He had my card. He did not lose my card. That's how this line got started. Waited for 6 months.
that's why follow up.
Yep.
Wow.
Things change in people's lives.
Didn't come that easy.
I really thought it was because you had that fountain of youth just as so
Yes, but that was later. It was later on. But on the airplane, yes, we did that. But the pyramid thing is what.
Turned them on.
So he didn't join right away with this. Okay, that was a short story. This is a longer version.
And you know, for some of the people who are calling in tonight, between Ellen and Paul and Lisa and June, you've got some great leaders that are eager to help you realize those dreams. Take advantage of it, because the coaching is free. It's the way we pay it forward. It's a contribution. So we want to help ourselves and our family, of course, but we also want to help others to improve their lives. So pick their brains, ask your questions, and most importantly, get started, and they'll take you by the hand and lead the way.
Thank
Great
you
lead.
so much.